Hey everyone, good evening. Welcome to today's blog. And this blog is going live but recorded directly from YouTube, all because we have a pretty poor bandwidth and a slow internet connection, which is creating an obstacle for us in order to push you the content. Now, this is a very quick tour of informations that we are going to tell you about the updates that a couple of days gone, we haven't uploaded a single video into our YouTube channel. That because we were busy with some or other stuck of work. So henceforth, going further, we have decided to go recorded live without any editing, which means you will have a raw footage directly uploaded into YouTube. That is only up to a couple of months until we figure out the strong internet connection that we have and the juggling that we do, because we don't want to push bigger chunks and we don't want to put the footage and the chunks very small and very offlet one, and which will create a lot of mess for you and a lot of trouble for you. Now, in order to do that, what we are trying to do is we are trying to go live and interact with you. Now, in today's short video, what we are going to talk is we are going to talk about the small businesses, especially shop owners, startups, MSMEs, or any other, how they are working out on the plan of execution of implementation and information system and coming back to work and bringing back their businesses. Now, we have seen that post this entire scenario, whatever it is going on, I don't want to take the name, but whatever the pandemic is going on, whatever the crisis is going on, and in the economy, how is the slowdown and everything, one thing is for sure: officers are cutting down on their office spaces, people are preferring more work from home, and there is a different side to it. Okay, I don't want to quote, but yes, I read an article which I think I have in my phone or something. It was an article which says work from home is no more a pleasure, but work from home has become a bigger problem. See, there is no problem. You will have to manage your time, you will have to manage your resources that is available to you, and you will have to focus on it. Yes, absolutely, it has increased a lot of work pressure for you because you are flexible, you can work from your home. That's why you have been given that flexibility of raising up. Now, the concern for small businesses is how to retain business, how to get back into business. See, the first and foremost thing you will have to understand is you will have to work back on your websites, you will have to work back on your media channels, whether it is YouTube, Instagram, Google, or whatever it is. You will have to work back on your media channels, you will have to get back to your old customers, you will have to understand the conditions. If you are a B2B business, you will have to understand the business from which either you are acquiring product or you are giving the product to the service, product and raw material services to them. If you are a B2B consumer where you are buying the finished product, semi-finished product from somebody, and you are finishing it and then you are selling it further, you will have to realize what are the things that was taking toll on you and how it is. Now, the problem is labor forces is less. Labor have gone back to their places, so it is very less for you and it is very difficult for you in terms of operations wise. I understand operations are the most important thing, because without operations you are not making a single pie of revenue into the system. But what can be done? Things can be done is you can have digitalization of information systems and management systems, and you will have to record down in that. Now, the second important factor that comes into your picture is you're downsizing the employee resources that is available in your company because you want to cut down on your cost. See, cutting down on your cost is one important factor, but second important factor which is important for you at this point of time is to manage your resources efficiently. You cannot let go of your resources and later plan of hiring. You can keep your resources on standby till you need them into action. In that way, what you are doing is you're trying to give them some small task or some small jobs and getting it done from their work, from their home, as well as you are getting some resources on the field, on the project, on the site, and getting it done. Now, what important factor comes into picture is most of your data that was humanly made is now difficult in terms of managing. It is very easy. All you have to do is share a computer or share a folder in any of the computers. See, for example, you have an HR management system and you have your own office. So what you do is create a folder in the HR system and ask them to share it with you. So what happens is that folder is on a common network or on a sharing pattern, and you can share the information. Now the important difficult thing is set up a cloud drive account. The easiest thing is maybe like a Google account which costs 15 GB cloud storage, or a dedicated server. How a dedicated server? You don't have to go and buy that big bulky servers and manage all the resources at one point of go in your business. Based on the size of the business, either you can outsource a cloud service platform where you can put your content, or you can buy a cheap server and install it in your location, whether it is in your home or whether it is anybody else, and you can put all the data into that. So you can create partition folders and you can share them in there. So what happens is your data is in your control. The biggest important factor right now is to keep your data under your control and making it work for you as and when you require. Even in your sleep, you are peaceful that yes, my data is secured with me. But make sure you always save dual copy of the data. One, if you're saving it in your own study or in your own office, home office, make sure you save another copy in some other location, maybe with some of your employees or maybe with some of your executives at their location or some other remote location. In the event of any loss of data on the drive fail or fire or damaged hardware, you still have a copy of data to be retained back, to be remotely pulled back to the new drive. There are a couple of ways where you have different kind of configuration for hard drives. You will have different kind of configuration for servers. You have different kind of configuration for number of information systems and all. Now try to minimize the cost by automating a lot of tasks, which is a cheaper applicable system. See, rely on a cheaper accounting system rather than going for an expensive outsourcing software one, which is like a one-time investment, or you have got a desktop application, or you have got a pretty much something like a manager.io, which is a Australian-based financial management company which is creating an application for you, which is costing you at least about a 25k, which is for a lifetime, and you get all the updates and everything, and you can install it on your own. So it's as simple as that. They give you all the scripts, they give you all the keys, they give you every information. Push that information to your server, home server or any data server, and just inject that application into it, and boom, you are able to go. How you have to do is, you will have to do a VM. Get a VM, go for Microsoft or go for anything, or create a VM in your virtual machine and then give access to them. Everybody access to that virtual machine to get the data out of it. You keep the virtual machine on, give them a remote IP, let them log into the virtual machine and get the data out of the system. That particular restrictions will create a big impact on your system, and you will get a very big pride and honesty and group of answers. Now downsize the team, but don't disconnect from the team. Get the team done in some other work. Find out a work or push them into a task where they can find some work for themselves and start working on the project. Meanwhile, you manage your existing projects. That is more important, because when managing the existing projects, it costs a lot of things to you. It gives you a lot of factor, it gives you a lot of important inputs, and it also makes you important to learn as a management executive, as a top level executive, how to manage your people. See, it's very simple. During crisis, you will have to manage your people, not your organization. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean by that is, you will have to manage your organization because you are the responsible person. At the same time, you are responsible for your people whom you have appointed them in their respective jobs. If you throw them, you have certain criteria, but if you keep them, you will also have written criteria to understand how am I going to pay their salary, how am I going to retain them, how am I going to collect the money from them, how am I going to adopt them, how am I going to catch them, how am I going to push them into. Now that is more important. And even your marketing budgets have to shrink now. You will have to promote, but you will have to try and use innovative ways rather than putting financial gains, because not everybody is going out. People are not moving out. So even if you are putting a hoarding and banner, it's not working. Rather than what you do, put it in a Facebook account, because a lot of people are indoor. They are using a lot of Facebook rather than moving. When people are not moving, putting a big hoarding on a highway is of no value, because there is no buses, no transportation that is going on. So all you will have to do is fix out all these things, and this will give you a perspective. Now this was a short and quick and non-stop perspective of the things that we expected to do in the lockdown, but we could not do. Starting today, we are doing that same thing again and again for your convenience and for your benefit. Now let me wind it back here and let me go back to the next session of the debate. This back I will come back to you. I will give you a detailed description video, which is a 10 minutes video tomorrow live on this channel on Sidharth World and Scared World, and you will have to be mesmerizingly listening to it whenever you want, because it's a complete raw footage, nothing edited, nothing given, it's all directly gone and pushed into the system. That's it. Thank you very much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. I have 2 channels on YouTube, Sidharth World and Scared World. Please do subscribe. And yes, very soon we are going to rebrand the channel, so we will let you know by the next video what is that rebranding of the channel is and why we are doing that rebranding of the channel. Thank you very much for watching. See you until next time. Thank you. Bye bye.